She used to be an actress.
Oh, really? Did she do anything out of scene?
And I think her biggest deal was she starred in a pilot.
Pilot? What's a pilot?
Well, you know the shows on TV?
I don't watch TV.
Yeah, but you are aware that there's an invention called television, and on this invention they show shows, right?
Yeah.
Well, the way they pick TV shows is they make one show. That show's called a pilot. Then they show that one show to the people who pick shows, and on the strength of that one show, they decide if they want to make more shows. Some get chosen and become television programs. Some don't, become nothing. She starred in one of the ones that became nothing.
Wembley Stadium, welcome to Couch Pilots! Welcome all my friends to the show that dares to fly into the unknown territory of awful television pilots of the past. My name is Jason, but you can call me the Bottle Cap Kid, and with me is the podcasting god. His name is Blake Clayton. My name is Jason, you can call me Joe Hackett, and by my side is my brother Brian Hackett. Here he is, folks.
Hey, everybody! Please, sit down. Please.
We got a lot of show this evening.
Yeah, we got a lot to go through, and I'm very humbled by all this applause, but thank you. I'm better looking in person.
He is, isn't he, folks? Oh, my God. Wembley Stadium, CouchCon 2019.
I mean, every year we look forward to CouchCon, and every year it gets bigger and bigger.
We're not disappointed. Folks, thank you so much. Please, we got a lot of show to get to.
Whew. Man, it's great being out here in front of all these thousands of people.
Yes.
Wembley Stadium, London, England. I've had fish and chips like 3 times in a row since I've been here.
You can't stop eating fish and chips.
And ironically, I don't like fish. And when they say chips, that's actually just French fries.
But thankfully, you like anything fried, so chips or French fries is fine.
Exactly. And they also they keep asking me if I want biscuits. And you know what those are?
Cookies.
Cookies.
And then what is it?
This place is insane.
What's a cookie?
A biscuit.
And then what's a loo?
It's a place you go to the bathroom.
And a flat?
It's an apartment.
And a lift.
Car.
And what do they call a trunk? I know what it is.
What?
The boot.
Did they give them the boot? Does that mean you just put somebody in a truck?
Throw it in the boot.
Oh.
It's the trunk of the car.
You know what they call a cigarette?
A single one?
Yep.
One single cigarette?
Exactly.
That's what I thought.
It's great to be here. Folks, this is the 200th. Yes, thank you. I like the little subtle laughter from
we'll take a little bit of
the
laughter.
4 people in the front row. This is the 200th episode of Couch Pilots.
Yeah, this is a big one, folks. We announced last episode which pilot we'd be watching, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But we got a lot of guests this evening.
Sure, we're just gonna bring people up that are backstage. People, if you know Couch Pilots, you know these people.
You know these people. These are people essential to the program, people you've heard before. It really is a virtual all-star episode.
Hey now,
of
you're an all-star
yeah,
in
like
this
that
episode.
Song.
Get paid. They're not getting paid, but...
No, well, they're getting... I mean...
We flew them over here. We flew them over here for free.
And there's emotional currency, right?
Oh, yeah. How much do you think that are the...
What's that?
How much do you think emotional currency it would take for someone to spend 200 episodes with me?
Oh boy, if that's the case, consider me bankrupt.
Has it been that rough on you?
No. Every week it gets better and better. Every week we learn a little bit more about each other, and our relationship and our bond is strengthened.
And I think I was going through the other day. I was calculating as I was flying over here, and our relationship, me and your relationship, is longer than 2 of my 3 marriages.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah. So.
And you're on your final marriage, you said.
Oh yeah. Depending on what happens, but ultimately it's the final one.
This is a death till you part situation. I mean,
well,
you've outlived what doctors have said for years, right? You should have been dead 10 times over. Probably.
Barely. But till death do us part. That or she subpoenas me, but her lawyer gives me some paperwork. Mm-hmm. That's you've never experienced this, but getting that paperwork is a blow to the ego.
Here's what I hate: paperwork. Because first of all, you got to print it up,
Yeah, and then you have to laminate it.
And then you put it in a manila folder.
A manila folder. And sometimes you have to staple it before you put it in the manila folder.
And then you file it away.
And then you file it away. It just collects dust.
Hey, paperwork? No thanks.
No thank you, paperwork.
Oh my gosh, let's not waste any more time up front here. I think we're going to section this off, like we said, have guests come in and out through the show, but it's going to be a standard program. It's set up the same way as any other Couch Pilots episode.
It's just at Wembley Stadium with thousands of people.
Oh my gosh, isn't that right, folks? Folks?
There they are.
They love it.
We didn't have that. There was that one section we didn't have Mike right. Section 1472.
Yeah,
over
DSJ,
there.
get on that.
Yeah.
He is here today, we should say. DSJ
he
is here.
And we promised that we're going to get this guy on the microphone at some point.
He wants to. I honestly, if I can be completely honest with you, he's never been on mic. I don't want him on the mic. He's
Sure.
pushed for it. We'll see what happens.
Throw a dog a bone.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So the program will be set up the same, but we're going to just cycle people in and out. Some of these Couch Pilots All-Stars, and we're going to do so right now.
You're a Couch Pilot All-Star. Get your game on.
I got to stop saying that. Let's bring in people that everyone here should recognize, and that is my sister Sarah and my daughter Lorelai.
Thank you. Thank you guys. It's pretty good to be back.
Pretty good to be back.
We have some wonderful ladies as the first guests, and how we said, who's the most beautiful two people that we know?
And who's on the most time constraint?
That was the other part,
Right.
But it was first about how beautiful they were.
Yeah, the first thing.
and
that
then
you
it was
said.
time
Yep.
constraint.
And then the
Of
time.
course.
Right.
And then who produces the most eggs via a bird?
Okay.
Which is my sister. Well, women produce
Oh
eggs.
yeah, because she's the chicken lady.
Yeah.
You're the rooster lady, chicken lady.
Blake said, "Who is coming?" And I said, "Well, my sister." Or I said, "Sarah's coming." And he said, "Who's that?" And I said, "The chicken
hate
lady."
you.
The
Yes.
chicken lady. And he says, "Okay, I know the chicken lady."
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for coming back. This is your third appearance, I think.
I think so.
In
yeah.
rapid succession, I feel like you've been on many times recently, and like in the early parts of the show, not at all.
Yeah.
Since Christmas, I think.
Yeah. So yeah.
You got a hankering for some pilots, huh?
Yep, I can't get enough of it.
Yeah. How's the chickens doing?
They're great.
Great.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're real good.
Winter's coming. You're gonna lose a few probably during the winter.
Hope not.
Oh,
Oh, jinx that.
who is it?
It's my
Did
echo.
You threw your voice.
No, Lorelai's already said something. My daughter, here we are in Wembley Stadium in England, a great continent and ally to the United States. My daughter Lorelai has traveled all over the United States this past summer.
Really?
Is that right?
That is true.
Can you tell us real quickly some of the places you've been and some of the highlights?
Yes. So in the beginning of summer, around June, I went to San Francisco, California with my grandma. Shout out to
The
you.
Windy City.
Yes, it was very fun. There's lots of hills.
Home
there,
of the
by way.
Dodgers.
Of course. And then I went up to camp in Wisconsin with my cousins.
Right.
And for family camp, it's really fun up there. I went up there twice. And then to end the summer off.
Oh, we went to St. Louis too.
Oh yeah, St. Louis. Yeah, St. Louis.
It's a blip
so fun.
for her. All right.
Oh yeah.
The only thing she did with you.
Right.
And to end the summer off, this beautiful summer, this short summer, I went to New York.
Wow.
Get a rope, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I
Home of the salsa.
I
Home
did
of
go to
salsa.
all I went to all the boroughs, either if it was in there or just drove through it.
All the boroughs. Let's count them down.
Yeah.
You got
Let her. Let's see if she can name 'em.
Okay, you've got Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You've got Staten Island, Queens.
Yep.
Isn't Harlem one?
No.
Okay. You got Manhattan.
Yep.
Is that 3?
Staten Island
Staten Island.
and the Bronx.
And the Bronx. Yes, I went to the Bronx Zoo. That was a really good experience.
You went to the
there.
Bronx Zoo.
I did.
You see a lot of retired rappers there.
The Wu-Tang Clan?
Yeah.
They love the Bronx, Zoo, don't they?
Of course I did. But I think one of the greatest experiences there was the Rockefeller Plaza. I went up to the top of that, and I know how like that makes you feel. So I'm
She's
just gonna
talking to
say
me
it
'cause
again.
I love NBC, and what's more NBC than Rockefeller Plaza? Absolutely nothing.
Sure.
And she got to go. You know that weird golden guy, that statue they have that's over like the ice skating rink?
That is in my camera roll.
She got to climb on
Right
top
now.
of it. She got to the very tip top.
That's
That's
awesome.
it seems unsafe to climb to the top of that. What?
Oh,
Did you do it?
no,
like,
it was very easy.
illegally?
No, yeah.
Under the cover of night, right?
Yeah.
Did you go
Very
ice
easy.
skating?
I did not. It was summer, by the way.
Oh, have a summer.
Yeah, I went in the summer.
Well, I just assumed since it's such a iconic landmark that just all
guys.
year round, you know,
I honestly didn't know either. I was looking for the ice skating rink when she showed me the pictures.
Last year, I saw two teams in the NHL outside in a stadium in the middle of winter.
Yeah.
Having a hockey game.
Ridiculous.
So why can't we have ice all year round in Rockefeller Center?
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, it was great.
So that was the favorite of the trips, I imagine, New York City.
Of course, I got to walk around. I went to Central Park. It was really great. It really was.
Yep. Awesome. And
That's
Sarah, what
awesome.
did you do this summer?
I went to the chicken barn. No,
We should have started with Sarah
Yeah.
talking about her
Yeah.
summer, and then
Definitely.
ended with Laura.
I didn't do anything that exciting.
But you usually
I went
go
to
on
camp.
vacation,
I went
right?
to camp.
Yep, she did go to camp with me.
1 or 2 weeks?
I usually do a week once a year.
But since
Nelly
Nellie went 2 weeks. Your daughter went 2 weeks.
She went 3 weeks total, but yeah, she went.
She worked for 2 and went as a camper for 1. Is that right?
She went as a camper for 1 week, volunteered another week, and then she went to family
Oh,
camp
family
with
camp.
Lorelai and Grandma.
Blake, you used to be a family camper, right? I remember at a time when you would regale me of a story of a 5-gallon Lowe's bucket lined with plastic with a floaty foam thing around the top that you could take a dump in and make an easy disposal of it.
Yeah.
What happened to those days of outdoor dumping?
I just got tired. I got to where heat bothered me.
Sure.
I got to where I needed to have softness on my back when I was sleeping.
Back softness, yeah.
And it got, you know how I am. I go through phases of everything.
I know how you are.
I've been going through phases my whole life. But yeah, so I just don't do it as much anymore.
What phase are you in right now?
Oh, we're bowling, baby. The season's starting.
The bowling phase?
Season started yesterday.
And it's going to be a thing where, because you said your back hurt and that's why you didn't continue to go camping. So is it every time a physical ailment comes up, that marks the end of a fad?
Yeah, I keep trying to find less and less physical hobbies to have. So
your bowling is going to be a wrist thing where you just...
Oh, it's horrible.
So when's the end of bowling? What's next?
Stamp collecting.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And then eventually you'll wear down all of the the papillae on the end of your tongue from licking the stamps.
Yeah,
You have
and
to
then-
move on to something else.
Yeah.
Something less physical than stamp collecting.
And I think by then I'll probably just be a vegetable.
Well, that sounds good.
Yeah.
And then
I can't wait for that.
Can
Can
we still do the show then or not?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be a lot better show if I don't say anything. I just sit here and drool.
My God.
Wouldn't be far off from what we're doing right now. I don't think. Is that right, folks? Am I right or what?
You're right. You are.
They love it. They love it.
You guys watched the pilot today, and
Yes.
we go ahead and say what it was, just so...
Today we watched the pilot episode of Wings. We broke the 3 pillars of our show that we've done once before with the Golden Girls.
On the 100th episode.
We did it again today for the 200th.
Yeah, so normally we only watch pilots that failed and never went to series. They're free, and we find them on the internet. This one was a successful Emmy-nominated show.
Very successful. And I've got some information about the Emmys that maybe will take a little something away from it. And I think that you're giving me a hearty wink. I think you have the same information.
I've got quite a few pages of
So do I.
interesting
I think There's
facts.
going to be a lot of overlapping on our interesting facts. Yeah. Oh, look at even the highlighting. So many papers rustling.
Eye!
Oh,
More paperwork.
look at now he's drooling.
I got a paper cut
Oh
my
gosh,
eyeball.
clean that up, please.
Oh, boy.
Folks, somebody give me a medic.
Get
Can the
over it.
folks back there at the other side of the stadium hear us okay?
Can you guys hear us all right? Okay, all right.
all
Just
right.
a couple of you. That's good.
You ladies watch a lot of TV, obviously. I mean, you're waiting for chickens to hatch eggs. You're just when you're not gallivanting across the country,
Mm-hmm.
you're probably watching on TV on your phone.
Yeah.
Is that where you watch most of your TVs, like on your phone?
No.
You watch it on a real TV?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got that nice TV from the bedroom in my house you took over to your mom's, right?
Yes.
So you got a 32-inch television in your room streaming whatever you want.
Yeah, I guess
What's so funny about that?
She thinks it's funny. She's just like, I don't have a 32-inch TV.
No, she's got.
I just line up 7 chickens together and
Do you have a TV that exceeds 70 inches at your house, Sarah?
They're all massive.
Do the girls have them in their rooms?
No, they don't.
Is that a rule?
They have iPads that they take in their room.
Same difference
but
anymore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
screen time's what they call it nowadays.
Totally different.
Screen time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
screen
the,
time.
that's the millennial soccer mom word for my kid. So he behaves, and I don't have to deal with him. I give him screen time.
I remember when
Or
screen
take a
time
walk.
was when I was playing all day and out in the summer, and my mom comes to the screen door and says, "Jason, get your butt in here."
Goodness gracious, folks!
Oh, mercy.
That is comedy.
Well, I bring what I can.
Lorelai, your dad is the funniest man I've ever met. Sarah, why didn't you get that gene? You're funny.
I don't know.
You're funny. You're funny.
So you guys, are you familiar with the television program affectionately and accurately known as Wings?
Yeah, definitely.
You grew up watching that because I remember it, Sarah. When I was young, we would. It was on TV, but then I would also catch reruns. I want to say on the USA Network, probably back to back.
I think I remember that, yeah.
You and your sister sat back to back and watched TV?
No.
We sat back to back. Our backs would align.
Oh.
We both had 32-inch televisions.
You guys had great posture as well.
Oh yeah, we have interlocking posture actually.
Your vertebrae all just.
That's exactly right, like a zipper.
Nice.
They call us the YKK kids.
Oh my god.
But anyway, you said you remember? Did you watch it? Did you like the show?
Yeah, I remember watching it and liking it a little bit, but nothing that sticks in my...
Not so much that you'd want to rewatch the pilot episode and then record an episode
Exactly.
of a podcast
Yep.
about it? Okay, that's fair. Lorelai, had you ever heard of the show Wings before? You were the second person in the world to know that that's the show we were going to watch.
I've never heard of it before. So
Okay.
I am honored. I'm just absolutely honored.
As well you should. I can't wait for you to go back to school and tell all of your friends that you watched Wings.
I don't think they care.
And if you want, I mean, usually you guys have like a career day at your school. If you want us to come and explain podcasting and say my dad and his best friend, who's going to be the best man at his wedding someday, do a podcast.
And then
I
I'll
don't
bring
think
Blake
it works
too.
like that.
Yeah, I think you can. You can just go to your principal.
Go-
Say, listen
say,
up.
I want to have a career day just
Yeah.
for my dad and his friend.
Or just,
Yeah,
you know
my
what?
dad and his
Assembly.
friend. My dad and his friend do a podcast, and they sit and they talk about pilots. So
Sure.
We'll do a live show at your school if you want.
I mean, it's not Wembley Stadium or anything, but
No, it
it's,
sure isn't. Is that right, folks? That's a free pop when you say the
Yeah,
name of the
sure.
place you're in.
yeah, sounds good.
What's
Maybe I'll
up,
mention it.
London, England? We got Kevin over there on drums.
All right, Kevin, stop. What did you think of the pilot? You're not going to be on for the end of the show. You're up front. So, should we get ratings now from these kids?
Sure.
Okay. Are you taking a tooth out?
Huh?
Did you take your
I
tooth
got
out?
stuff going on.
All right. I should.
Fish and chips.
I got so much fish and chips betwixt my teeth. Barexit my teeth, I should say. Is that right? Oh boy.
Wow.
Lorelai, what 1 to 7, 1 being the worst, 7 being the best. How do you grade the pilot Wings?
I would grade it a 6.5.
6.5. I'm not going to give my rating right now, Blake.
Yeah, we can't do that.
No, I can't show our cards.
Everybody would just leave. Everybody would leave the stadium.
There's so much good stuff left, but they would leave as soon as they got our rating. That's what they're here for.
Did you
Is that
see
right,
all,
folks?
Did you see all the double-decker buses out there?
I saw a triple-decker, and then I saw, I think, a double-decker that fell off an overpass and landed on another double-decker. Oh, no, we're good. Thank you, sir. We're being offered Modelo's by Kevin.
They have Modelo's in London, England.
That's right. Sarah, same question.
Yeah.
The pilot episode of Wings.
I agree with Lorelai. It was good. It
Yeah?
was funny. Yep.
So
It was
she said
adventurous?
6.5, and we really do frown on half points.
But she's a teenager, so she doesn't know any better.
And Sarah acts like a teenager,
So
Yeah.
out of 1 to 7 chickens, how many chickens would you give this?
So that's a scale she can understand. Good.
6.5 chickens.
All right, 6.5 chickens.
Oh, that'll work.
Wow, those are some great American scores. Thank you so much, guys. Do you have any other questions for these ladies?
This is top 10 experience of your life, obviously.
Top 10. Better than New York, actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is great.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you, ladies.
It's really great to be here.
I appreciate you guys hanging out with us backstage today. And,
Thanks for having us.
Yes, of course.
Honored to be here for the 200th episode.
200
right. Yeah,
episodes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sarah and Lorelai, guys, thank you so much. We will continue the show. We're going to have another guest up here in just a moment. All right?
See you guys.
Awesome.
Love you
Okay.
guys.
All right.
See you.
So, Blake,
Yeah.
pretty good guest to start off the show.
Pretty
What do
good,
you say?
pretty good guess to start the show. Pretty good guess to start the show.
It's such a high point.
Oh, I forgot to do this. Wait. Sarah, Sarah, your time is a good time for goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you very much. we will bring let's bring the next guest out. You want to introduce these two? More people close to me.
This is basically a family reunion for you. We brought everybody
It's the only way I
to
get them
London,
to talk to
England.
me, yeah.
Exactly. Our first guest. I'll do the first one. You do the second one. We'll kind of like do a mix and match thing.
And I'll know what the second one is based on what you said for the first one.
Okay.
Okay.
This woman who has inspired me to behave myself for the first hour and a half of today. Mm-hmm. I'm still on my first beer. I haven't said one cuss word yet.
But you're thinking them.
Because I am her favorite. She loves me more than anybody else. Your mom is here with us live here at Wembley Stadium.
Thank you.
How have you
So glad
enjoyed
to be
London
here.
so far? Have you ever been to London before?
To where?
London. We're in London, England at Wembley Stadium.
I have been to London before.
Is this time better?
So much better.
Thank you.
You know what? It was 44 years ago. I
That's
think I
not
was there.
possible. You're only 42.
Oh, yeah, that's not possible.
It's not possible. All right. Well, great to have Mom back. And then we have another guest. And so you announced my mom. So I should announce her.
No,
I'll
you-
announce the
yeah,
other
you should,
guest.
yeah.
Which is, I want to say, the first guest that we ever had. Season 1. I want to say it was for the program, the cartoon, the failed program, Mini Munsters.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
Yes, I remember
and
that.
that was my brother. His name is Kevin. Welcome back.
Kevin.
Hello. That is me.
Not the Kevin that's playing the drums. This is a different
No,
Kevin.
not the Kevin, stop. All
That's
right.
Kevin.
It's Kevin on the drums. Kevin, thank you for being back. What have you been doing in the past 4 years?
About the same stuff every single day.
All right, very good.
Wow.
Every day is exactly the same.
Yep.
What do you do first every day?
Oh, good question.
Well, I wake up.
Wake and bake, is that what they call it?
That
Yeah,
means when
wake
you
and
wake
bake.
up and then you immediately...
When you wake up and you know it's gonna be Couch Pilots kind of day.
That's a take on the Proclaimer song, I Would Walk 500 Miles. Do you remember that song?
Yeah, I remember that song.
Yeah, he does that every time someone says they wake up.
When
Okay.
I wake up. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that was also on Family Guy. They've done that a couple times.
Family
I remember.
Guy, great American program. Not a failed cartoon.
No, not a fail. We'll never watch it.
Do you remember watching the Mini Monsters all those years ago?
Yeah, I remember a little bits and pieces here and there.
And did you realize that at that time, the spectrum that Couch Pilots would become? I mean, 4 years later, we're in Wembley Stadium in London, England,
Yeah,
doing our 200th show.
it's quite impressive how far you guys have made it so
But
far.
you knew that. You knew deep down in your heart it was going to be that successful, right?
a little bit.
That one lady that talks at the end of that, she needs to cheer with the rest of them, or not cheer differently. Okay, that's fine.
Why didn't you tell us at the time that you knew that we would be so successful?
Because I didn't want to have your hopes up too high.
Yep, very good.
So
I agree with that.
That's what I always look for disappointment first. Then if something good actually happens, it's amazing.
And then teamwork. Safety, or disappointment, then safety, then teamwork. Right?
Sure.
All right. So, 200 episodes. We're so excited to have you guys here. We did watch Wings, and I will say, well, let's talk a bit about Wings with them, and then we will get their ratings, and then we're going to get into fan feedback.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Sure.
We'll do a little bit of fan feedback.
I haven't pre-screened the fan feedback, so there might be bad words.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you can just
Beep.
Very good. Mom, you were familiar with the television show Wings, I
I was,
assume.
yep.
Did you watch any television show regularly in the 90s? Or are you just about raising children in the 90s?
Yeah, it was pretty much about raising kids.
Yeah.
We watched
Full House.
Full House.
TGIF, ABC Friday night.
Yep.
When you have so many kids and can't afford to take everyone out every Friday
Sure.
night, you stay in and you make a night of watching quality family television.
Makes sense to me.
What was your favorite show? Because I think, let's name the shows on TGIF. Can you name some of them? Yeah, Full House, right?
We got MASH.
Okay. I'm not sure what TGI.
No, thank goodness it's Friday. That was the ABC block. So
That was their slogan.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't remember.
Well, I
that.
think they probably had it on every night.
They probably did, and I don't remember.
So Full House,
Okay.
Family Matters, right? Perfect Strangers. You remember that show?
Oh,
Balky
I do.
Bartakamos.
What was the cousin's name?
Caseleri Apreton.
That's right.
That's right.
And then what was another one that was on there? Oh boy, that's gonna bother me.
Duh.
Oh, I know.
What?
Step by
Step
Step.
by step.
Remember that show with Suzanne Summers and Patrick Duffy? Awful program.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Baby.
Full House, by far the best.
Yeah. But Wings was on NBC, not ABC. And did you ever watch that with any regularity?
Not at that time. I watched reruns later.
Oh, okay, we were just talking about reruns with Sarah when she was on a moment ago. What channel were the reruns on? I believe them to be
heavens,
USA, the USA Network.
Man, I have no idea. I don't
Okay,
remember.
all right.
That sounds good.
She was too
That
busy
sounds good.
taking care of a home, taking care of children, taking care of a husband. She doesn't know that they called it TGI. She wasn't paying attention. She wanted to keep you all from killing yourselves or each other.
Like accidental suicide?
No, meaning like you guys were going to because you and your sister were sitting back to back, both watching 32-inch screen TVs.
And I used to wrestle my brother a lot.
Oh.
God.
They hated that.
we
He liked
hated
it.
Oh, yeah, I bet he did.
Kevin liked it. My mom hated it.
Well, because it never ended before somebody was in tears because you
Because you didn't
were
ring
so
the-
strong. You didn't know your strength. You couldn't stop
They
until
loved
somebody
it.
was crying.
They loved it.
Well, you know what you needed to do is you just needed to have a bell, and when it was getting out of hand, you just ring the bell like that.
And Kevin is now the human couch.
Start fighting!
Because. Well, did you ever watch Wings, Kevin?
No, I wasn't a big fan of it.
And you didn't just. Have you seen the pilot episode?
I was in the restroom.
Okay, I mean,
23 minutes?
yeah. What was going on in the
I
restroom?
was having some troubles.
I think he was probably interested because in the UK, the toilet flushes the opposite way.
Right, and they have a duvet cover
Yeah.
that washes your stuff.
Yeah, you got to have a duvet cover, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that
Yes.
makes sense.
To be honest with you, it's nice. Have you ever had one of
bidet.
what?
It's not duvet. It's bidet.
Oh, have you ever sat on a bidet?
I have.
It's amazing.
I've never used one.
Oh, my in-laws have it. It's the only reason I go to their house,
Now, they have bidets that you can hook up to the bowl,
which is what they have.
or they have ones that are already built in.
Correct.
So you can buy one. What does it do? It takes the current toilet water, the clean toilet water, warms it up, and then shoots it into areas we can't mention in front of my mom.
Right,
That is true.
right. But it gets so clean
What's it? Why can't you use just like a wet wipe though?
because they have like aloe in them, and it's not the same. It's not the same.
The wipes have aloe in them,
Or they have some kind of chemicals in them
so you just want straight water.
that irritates my butt. Okay,
Okay, that's what I wanted to hear.
I'm allergic to butt wipes.
Mom, when were bidets invented?
I think they've been around a long time. I remember when Jenny and I were in...
Your sister, your younger
my
sister.
sister Jenny, yep. And I were in England 40-some years ago. That was the first time I ever saw one. They had them in Europe a lot.
Did you know what it was before you saw it?
We did not.
So what did you think it was?
Did you try to drink out of it?
We weren't sure. We're like, what the heck? But they were in a lot of... Because we stayed in a lot of old hotels.
Is it the kind that had
On
the
the
tanks
bus
way
trip.
up high?
Some of them.
Okay.
But they had this contraption on it that I wasn't sure what it
And then
anyway.
a lot of them are
I
like
think we asked somebody what it was.
a lot of
Okay.
them are separate though. Like a lot of them, like it's a regular toilet, and then you have to get up off the toilet and sit down on this other thing,
A
which
separate thing?
a
I've never
separate
seen them
duvet.
separate. Kevin, have you used a bidet?
Yeah, I thought it was a water fountain at first. It was like a low pro one.
Yeah.
is low pro.
That wasn't right. It wasn't right at all.
Profile
Yeah, it was like a low
slash
profile, like
professional.
real low.
Did
'Cause I saw how far it shot up because some kids were playing with it at first.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's a water fountain.
Well, when
You didn't drink it, did you?
It sounds like he did.
No comment.
Uh-oh. Let's answer
Wow.
that live on the show.
Yeah,
Who
let's
is
just-
that? Who is that? Go ahead and put him on the mic. Speakerphone.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, Kevin.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, were you wanting to get the Civic today? I'm off work. We got off a lot earlier than I expected.
I could definitely do that probably more tomorrow to pick up that car.
I will not be here tomorrow. I'll be in Shelbyville.
Okay, well, we're going to have to schedule it for a different day.
All right.
All right?
I love you, bye.
Alrighty, sounds good.
I love you, bye.
All right, I love you. Bye.
Do it.
Okay, so there you go.
Yeah, that was Ted wanting to do a transaction about a whole
Zach.
car.
You can't schedule life, right? Is that fair to say?
I try to.
Oh, first failure, then safety, then
Then
teamwork.
teamwork.
Right. So,
So, are you like? Do you like swap cars like in the black market or something? Why does this seem to like? This seem to be. He's like, hey, I got the goods. You're like, I can't pick up the goods right now.
Oh my God! Did we blow up your spot? Are you a drug dealer?
No, I am actually currently trading a jacket and $100 for a car.
You know what he started with?
Mom, I'm sorry. You're shitting me, right?
I'm not shitting you.
You know what he started with? He started with a paperclip, and he kept trading up.
It is true.
They call that
Paperclip trading.
no, they call it bartering.
Bombardering.
So you are getting rid of a jacket and a cassette tape for a car?
What? No, I said a jacket and $100.
$100 doesn't sound anything like cassette tape.
I want to know how good this jacket is that it has to be ponied up with this $100 bill.
It's a car-shaped jacket.
For a car, a huge piece of machinery. Does the car run?
It does run, but it won't move forward or reverse. It's fixable, so that's what I'm doing.
Mom, did he fall on his head when he was young?
Several times.
Mom, I got this great idea, Mom. I know this guy who's got a car that it'll start, but it won't go forward. And all he wants for it is a jacket. And
Give him $100 too. One time, my mom let me.
For processing.
My mom let me drop down my head when I was little.
I have a scar on my head from where my mom did it.
Do you remember those things? It's like a wire frame. It's a base, and then it comes up and around, and there's cloth here, and you set the child in there, and you like buckle them in, and they kind of bounce.
Yeah.
I was put on a table. And then I was bouncing, and I fell off the table, and I my head split open like a raw egg.
That's what happened. That's what happened to my oldest son. That's what happened to my oldest son. His mom had him on the kitchen counter when she was doing dishes, and I was sleeping because I worked third shift. I've always been responsible, obviously. And I heard a thud, a kid scream, and then Jenny go, "Oh my God, I killed him!" And then I got up out of bed, and
sure enough, he was dead.
And R.I.P. He's a good kid. I mean, he didn't really do much.
R.I.P. KID, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the reason I can't count past 100 is because my mom let me fall off the table.
What if I put a jacket on you?
Maybe $100 would help. We'll see. What kind of fan feedback do we have?
Oh, we have tons of fan feedback. You want to give me the?
Let's pepper it in. Do we have fan feedback? Actually, we're gonna. Okay.
Yeah.
We have audio fan feedback.
Yeah.
This is a rarity for us. You guys are in for a treat.
And again, I did not pre-screen these, so I do apologize.
Let's only do the. It sounds like we have audio. Let's only do the audio ones right now.
That's all we have.
Okay, then let's do only what we have.
Okay. This one is a very special one. Let's see if it'll play here.
Well, g'day. My name's Bruce. I'm the officer to the head Sheila DD down here at the embassy for the great Couch Pilots podcast. Head Sheila DD said she's sorry that she would be here, but she had to go and get a couple of those drop bears that they're able to have a bit of a route they can send to you for a present. So that's where she is at the moment. I'm sorry. So she asked me to say to you, congratulations or congrats to on your 200 episode. She's looking for a bloke called Down Syndrome Jono, I think it is. No, Down Syndrome John at the moment to give these bloody drop bears to him. But she said, wish you luck. Hope you have a few more, and we'll see you around. But here's to the next.
Yeah, it cut off. But that's Bruce.
Bruce by way of.
Yeah. And all the way from Australia. Did you understand any of that, Mom, because it was Australian?
Yeah, I understood it.
That was.
Do you know what a drop bear is?
I do not.
They are like evil koala bears, and they live in Australia, and they attack people.
Yeah.
And we're going to send us a couple.
It's almost kind of like an urban legend kind of thing, right? Like
like
the Mexican chupacabra.
Chupacabra, that's what I was going to say.
Or the great Yeti.
Or
right?
Bigfoot.
Or Bigfoot, thank you.
Or Loch Ness Monster.
Very good. Very good.
We have 2 Bigfoots in our neighborhood.
Is that
really?
right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's divert from Bruce's message real quick. What's the Bigfoot situation in the neighborhood? Because I live in your same neighborhood, and I am unaware of this.
Up on, can I say the name of the street?
Oh, no, because I know what you mean. There's a couple lawn ornaments. Are they? They are lawn ornaments.
Well, one's like a big cement, like life size.
Okay, yeah.
Of him, and the other's a black shadow cutout that looks.
It doesn't matter what color it is, Mom.
The
It's not that kind of show. I don't know
But
what kind
I
of
know what you're
podcast
saying because by Star of Rock, there's a two girls in a cupcake place, and they have one of those. I swear to God, what do you?
I believe you. The name is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, but they have one, and they painted it fluorescent pink.
Oh,
Very
Yeah.
nice.
I have a picture somewhere.
So that was all the way from Australia.
Sure, that's
Dee
fine.
Dee, super fan of the show, apparently elected a gentleman goes by the name of Bruce to send us a message. And honestly, we have a handful of people that are top tier listeners. Dee Dee is one of those people.
Definitely.
So thank you so much, Dee Dee, for sending Bruce to give us a voicemail. That really means quite a bit.
You want to do one more and just
Yeah.
save a couple for later? Or you want to
Sure,
do them all at
let's
once?
just do one more right now.
Because some of these I don't think we should play in front of your mom.
Oh, that's fair. I'll let you make those decisions. Because I haven't heard any of these yet.
Okay.
I said I haven't heard any of these yet.
I know. I'm trying to figure out how to play the damn thing.
It's been a while, my friend. 200 episodes. I didn't think y'all would keep it going this long. So congratulations. And for this momentous occasion, I'm going to read off a little bit of my fan fiction.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Should I stop it?
Is it bad?
Hold on a second, I'm gonna get
I don't know. I haven't listened to it yet. Do you want me to save that one? The Tyler's fan fiction has been known to be inappropriate.
There's been, people have listened to the program all over the world.
We'll play that one later, folks.
And some people have decided to create their own fan fiction.
Yeah, we'll play
which
that one
is,
later.
I would say, is it NR for not rated, or is it XXX?
XXX for sure.
Okay.
We'll do this one instead.
Bitch. It's me, Lori. Number one motherfucker in this place.
Thank you so much.
That's right. The first lady of this fucking plane. That's right, this diva. I'm here to give you an amazing shout out. I'm so happy that you guys have 200 episodes. That is so fucking crazy. I love you and how you guys are always producing content. You guys are just pushing them out no matter what.
Like a baby.
I love you both. You guys are great people. And, yes, I just wanted to give you guys a shout out. I miss you guys. And, kitties.
What was the last thing?
But she said shady.
I thought
she was going to say Baba Booey, Baba Booey.
She does like to say that. I was going to call Lori, but she left. She beat me to it.
Yeah.
So that's a couple of good voicemails right there.
For sure. And we'll play the rest one when your mom's not around.
And I could only assume that was Tyler Abercrombie.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. All right.
So we'll play that one later in the show.
We'll play it later. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of the program today. Please take your complimentary poster on your way out.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me.
And again,
Us.
Thank you. It's not all about you, Mom. You got a jacket boy over here. And again, I've talked to Jason many, many times, and I assured him that he's one of your favorites, but I would be your most favorite, right? So
You are right up there, Blake.
I'm close.
I think
Right
I'm
up there.
in top 5 favorite kids for sure. I'm in the running.
Which one is your favorite?
You're all my favorites.
Yeah, let's be done with it. Well, who is your favorite?
You're all my favorites.
No, you have a favorite. I think it's Ryan. Oddly enough, I think
Really?
Ryan is the favorite. Yeah. How did he get that? How did he do that? Is it the distance?
I would say it's between Ryan and Sarah.
No, it's not Sarah. Don't be ridiculous.
You were all my favorites. There's no one topping the other.
It's Ryan
I don't agree
way
with
high up, and then it's like the rest of us.
Whatever.
Well, we know Dad's favorite order, right?
Yeah, we know. My dad's got a favorite order too. We'll talk about that off air.
You know my dad's order is of favorites?
No one, and then no
one that he has produced with his sperm.
Has he produced people other way?
Huh?
Has he produced people other ways?
He's got stepchildren, which you got to produce them somehow, right?
You do produce your own stepchildren. I forgot. Okay. Let's bring in some more guests. Well, thank you guys so much for being a part of the 200th episode and watching the Wings pilot. Kevin, you're excluded because you're in the bidet.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm going to find me a shirt, a jacket, and $100. I'll be right back.
Oh, my God. My brother and my mom. What a great couple of guests.
And we didn't ask them their rating.
Oh, we didn't.
No.
They don't care.
They
My
don't
brother
care.
didn't even see it, and my mom couldn't even. My mom didn't know what it was.
Sure.
All she was talking about was Full House.
I cannot believe your brother is trading for a car and just giving a jacket and $100.
Well, it's with his stepbrother, and it's got a lot of work, and my brother loves tooling
sure.
around. They were just talking to my brother and saying, what do you do after you get off work? He says, nothing. He says, no, from the time you get off work to the time you go to sleep, he's like, I don't do anything. He's like, what about like you get on the internet? He's like, no, I don't do anything.
Huh.
So he needs something to do.
Okay.
He needs a tool around in a car.
All right.
Let's get the show moving along, though. Let's start boarding, shall we?
Yeah. Oh. Well, we can't board because...
Give me that goddamn cord.
Wembley Stadium, and I'm making mess-ups like this.
Yeah, this is the grand stage is what they call it. I called it that anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen,
just now.
the captains have turned on the fasten seatbelt sign.
Oh my goodness. My notes here say to call Lori Garcia, but I didn't realize that she had left us a voicemail,
Yeah.
and then she said the word motherfucker in front of my mom.
Right.
So maybe I should call her and just tell her not to do that.
Okay, that's fine with me.
I'll do it later.
Okay.
Let's introduce our next guests. More friends of the show.
Sure.
One
Finally, people that aren't related to you.
Yeah. Well, not yet, anyway. Dave's looking pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
And gay marriage is legal now.
Yeah.
He's like a top 5 guy that I would gay marry.
He is?
Mm-hmm. It's David Lytle.
David Lytle.
Hello.
Dave he's been on the show once, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say, it is my favorite episode we've ever done.
I just had somebody the other day say, well, what's the first episode I should listen to? I said, oh, this is the one that everybody says you should listen to. It's the one where I have ass cancer. I think I have ass cancer.
That really, and oddly enough, our other guest that we have on right now, we called during that episode. It really was a kind of a mini all-star episode.
Sure.
And that guest is Steph Clark.
Hi.
Welcome back to the program.
Thanks.
Do you like it when we call you?
Yeah, I don't mind it.
You always answer the phone.
I do.
You know what you're getting into.
Yeah, I totally know what
Have
I'm
I ever called you if it's not related to being live on a podcast?
I don't think so.
The answer is no, I don't think.
Yeah. I mean, we've gone to events together and maybe we've called each other to verify.
Perhaps, yeah.
But probably not.
David, is calling someone anymore a sign that there's an emergency versus just sending a text?
Typically an emergency, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
if you get the call, then it's probably important. Otherwise, it would be that quick, 2-line text.
We do a thing sometimes.
2-Line Crew, my favorite rap group.
Oh, great rap group. Sometimes we do a thing where I will a guest will be on the show as a guy, and the guy has got a wife, and I say, "Guy, give me your phone. I'll call your wife." Is there anything more scary than receiving a call from your spouse and it's not your spouse on the phone?
Ooh, I've never had that happen. So
it's terrifying from my experience. Can you
that
verify?
that would be odd. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for the first 10 seconds, you're like, did something happen?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Now, Dave, since you were on that episode, obviously you know that I have been cleared. I don't have ass cancer.
Nor do I. But thank you for pushing me to get checked.
That's what I was going to say. Did you finally go get checked because of the scare that I was having?
Exactly why.
David came here for like a lighthearted, fun time, and then you're rattling off all this shit that's happening to you versus a website, and he's over there like, oh my God, I have like all these same symptoms except for the clear gel coming out my asshole, which is still perhaps the scariest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, it's not cleared up all the way. I mean, it does. I do have times.
That's probably normal.
What was the diagnosis, and what did you do to clear up the clear ass gel? I feel like gel begets gel.
He just kept shoving KY up there, so I was like, oh, well, this is just regular gel coming out.
That was the problem? Is that the whole time you didn't tell us you're shoving KY up there.
Right.
That's a problem.
Rammed in the ass all the time, and I was like, this is probably why my butt hurts. No.
That'll do it.
No, they did a procedure. They did a colbonoscopy.
Sure.
All right. And I had to drink that stuff, and I wanted to kill myself.
Is it barium?
No, but it's not chalky anymore. It's clear, and it smells like Dimetap, but it tastes horrendous.
Is it thin? Is it like water? The same.
It's a little thicker.
consistency?
It's a little thicker.
I don't want anything clear that's thicker than water. That sounds gross.
Yeah, it was.
That'd be right.
It was worse than the procedure. Like the procedure was nothing.
That's what everybody says.
I fell asleep. I woke up. I was ooh.
Everyone says they'd rather have something go in that's essentially only an out hole versus drinking something.
Well, like you're a little sedated when
Okay.
that goes up.
You
your butt.
wanna be sedated?
Can't do it.
David, have you ever been sedated?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever
With-
sedated yourself?
Well, definitely. More times than once.
HBK killer there.
I don't know what that means.
The HBK killer used to. He was into erotic asphyxiation, so
I
he would
think-
jerk off and like with a rope around his neck.
I think HBK is the Heartbreak Kid who was Shawn Michaels from the WWF, and BTK was the Bound Tie Killer.
Okay,
Yeah, right.
If it's two things I know, it's professional wrestling and serial
It's
killers.
my fault. It's my fault. I
just want to make sure. Can you imagine a Heartbreak Kid killer? That would be a good serial killer, wouldn't it? A professional wrestler who does travel the country.
Yeah.
Hey, the movie writes itself. David, would you produce that for me?
I'm in, man.
Yeah,
I'm in.
You used to make films, didn't you?
I still work on stuff, yeah.
What's something recently you've worked on?
I was up very late last night writing, actually, and I forgot. I was like, shit, I have to be here by noon. It was like, but just goofy, stupid
Comedy things.
shit.
Do you have like a YouTube channel that it goes on?
Not that we share quite yet.
Okay.
We
You'll
have
put
more
on.
stuff written than produced and put out in a good way. But it just seems like an endless cycle of working on stuff and never really putting too much out.
Well, do you have fun doing it?
Oh, absolutely.
And you also, I don't know if you've ever been. I went to one, Blake. The Poor Brothers, where David works, had at least one so far. I think they've had a couple since then as a comedy night.
Oh yeah.
And David would MC, and he would have his own stand up that he would do.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Are you still working on that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not very good.
But are you having fun doing it? Are you finding
Yeah.
that it gets better and you're getting better each time you do it?
A little bit every time I have done it, though. I've never really recycled jokes, so I haven't worked on them too hard. And
Okay.
the material's there. It's solid. It's my ability to present them is not so hot.
Do you get nervous?
Yes.
Are you nervous right now?
No.
Am I nervous right now?
I seem a little tense.
You're right.
Stephanie, you're a longtime podcaster. You had a wonderful podcast called "Let's Try This" that I keep waiting to come back. And yes, that's it. Hey, thousands of people here at Wembley Stadium know that podcast.
Right.
You have a 9-month-old baby boy.
I do.
A little baby boy. Do you think that in the near future you would have the time? Because you're doing a lot of workout stuff now. You're into some keto exercise thing. What is it called?
I just do like workouts in the morning.
It's not a program of any kind?
Well, it's like through Beachbody, but
Okay. Is keto a workout too?
No, keto is like a diet.
That's the diet.
But I've been really shitty with my diet. I just eat pretty much whatever I want.
Is keto just say eat all the meat, eat all the vegetables,
Yeah.
don't touch any dairy
I feel
or
like
grain
it's a
or sugar?
new version of like Atkins diet.
And then there's also like the caveman diet, right? Where it's
Yeah.
basically like meat and vegetables too, right?
Yeah.
That keto diet, I think you just eat Taco Bell.
Oh, that's good. Ooh, you know what?
If you
Sign
can
me up.
eat Taco Bell, then I'm for that.
I think you would lose weight. If you ate Taco Bell every day, you would lose weight because you would have so much diarrhea.
Round robin, what's your favorite thing at Taco Bell? David, go.
Oh, the chicken rice burrito thingy.
That's good. Blake.
Just a straight up taco, baby.
Like hard shell?
Hard shell all day.
Straight up.
Mine's a tie between the chicken chalupa and a Crunchwrap Supreme.
Crunchwraps. I'm going to say a 7-layer burrito. I want all 7 of those layers every time. All right. And I rarely get diarrhea from there.
Yeah, I don't either.
I must not be doing
my
it right.
stomach's used to it.
I had diarrhea.
I was like, you're not living in Blake.
Me and Dave we have a special bond.
But you don't have ass cancer, and you don't either. What is the diagnosis then for each of you based on your tummy rumbles?
Well, for me,
let's just say on the count of 3. 1, 3. Wait, 3, 2, 1.
Drinking.
Beer.
Well, yeah.
You said drinking and you said beer.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense.
So my liver enzymes turned out those were like 10 times over.
10 times the enzyme.
And I'm over yeasting.
Do you guys have liver cancer then?
Oh, that's the next step.
Shit.
Are you guys' livers as hard as a diamond?
We need to schedule this.
Sure. Yeah, we'll talk it over and we'll go. You know what? We should just go together.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Hold hands.
We'll put
the
it
whole
on.
way.
We'll put it on my insurance.
Oh my God! Today we discuss the pilot episode of Wings from the year of our Lord 1900. Add 90. Now that was a great year.
1990 was a great year. I am gonna say I was probably a freshman. I was merely a freshman.
Yeah.
Got my driver's license my freshman year. This was probably the year before Angie Vecco.
Angie Vecco, a storied lover of yours from
Yes.
days of yore.
Yes. So it wasn't a good year for the roses. It was a good year because
For a single rose.
Yeah, I might have tickled some stuff, but
You had sex with one flower.
well, no, I hadn't had sex yet by then.
Okay.
But I tickled a couple things and squeezed a couple things.
Tickle and Squeeze, the name of your autobiography.
You know what? I'm not going to say it's bad at all.
Tickle and
So-
Squeeze, space, I might have ass cancer, the Blake Clayton story.
Right. So I was 15 at the
I'd
time.
read it.
I was 15 at the time.
I was 9.
Stephanie?
These kids.
I was 2.
2, yeah.
3.
3.
Guess I'm the oldest piece of shit here.
Oh boy, guys! I don't know if you know about this part of the show, but we talk about 1990, and we have to grade Wings, the pilot of Wings, based off the year 1990. And to do so, we have to go back in time, in our minds. And to do so, we talk about things that happened that year. Please feel free to comment on this in any way that you like. April 1st, Strange Ways prison riot. The longest prison riot in Britain's history begins at Strange Ways Prison in Manchester and continues for 3 weeks and 3 days until April 25th. I think depending on what side of the riot, that'd be pretty cool.
Remember the song, Let's Start a Riot?
Yeah, who sang that?
A riot.
That sounds like a punk song.
It was, what was the name of that band? It wasn't a
Corrosion
punk.
of Conformity.
It wasn't a punk band. It was,
The Apple Blossom Boys. Tennessee Williams and the Mudhunters.
Just move along. I should leave it.
There's another song, right?
Huh?
All American Rejects.
No.
Okay. What would you go to prison for, and would you riot, David?
What would I go to prison for? Like, what would get me in there,
Sure.
or what would make me want to actually go?
Right.
3 days grace.
It would definitely be probably for murder at some point.
Do you have someone in mind? You don't have to say who it is.
No,
would you HBK them?
It's hard to say.
From
Yeah,
the top rope, baby.
Little heartbreak, little murder.
Yeah. They go hand in hand as far as I. You're a
but
passionate man, David.
If I'm already there,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, I'm gonna riot.
Yeah. No, like,
Because if you don't riot, everybody's like,
oh, this that guy.
Yeah,
Check out New Fish.
yeah. First day of prison, you find the biggest guy and you riot. Right?
Just riot all over his face.
Because I feel the point of prison is, say, time can be very fast or very slow based on how you're spending it. And if you're just staring at a concrete wall, it takes forever, right? So you got to break it up by doing a little bit of rioting.
Your brother would be great at it.
Which one? The one that has nothing to do?
Yeah,
He's like, yeah, great. Yeah.
Finally, some peace and fucking quiet.
I literally do this every day. Joke's on you. Yeah, I'll talk to my brother about committing a felony. April 7th, Scandinavian Star, a Bahamas registered ferry catches fire en route from Norway to Denmark, leaving 158 dead. Blake, what would your plan be? Not plan B, what you do after a night of inappropriate and not safe sex. But
Sure.
what would your plan, be to escape a ferry if needed be?
Well, I would smack that motherfucker and say, I'm out.
No,
Oh.
not a gay guy.
Oh.
That's a derogatory term. And I believe in the UK here, but they call him a poof. Ooh. But like to get away from a cruise
It's like
ship.
when Casper comes, poof.
Like ejaculates? When a ghost ejaculates?
Yeah, poof.
I can't speak to that. You have to call the Long Island meeting.
Who doesn't know how a ghost ejaculates? It happens every time.
Thank you.
What would you do to escape a cruise or a ferry that's...
This is a problem because I'm not a good swimmer. I'm not a good swimmer at all. I know. So I am grabbing some piece of wood or a deck float, a deck chair cover.
Just hope it's not the Atlantic.
The Atlantic Ocean?
Yeah.
Why is that?
It's cold.
Yeah.
So what ocean would you only go on a cruise
Gulf
in?
of Mexico?
That's
a good question.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
but I would die. I would die. Just
David, do you have an escape plan?
For the ferry?
For whatever.
Oh.
Like if I came at you right now, what would your escape plan be?
Again, it's just murder. Murder until I'm free.
Give me that HBK.
All the murder I can do.
Go start a riot.
Get out.
Yeah. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know I had the option to murder. Otherwise, I probably would.
Hey, dirty hands, but you're off scot free. You're gone. You're clean.
Well, if
Out.
you were trapped on a ferry and had to get off, what would you do?
I'd murder.
Just murder.
Just riot and murder.
That's a good opportunity.
You're in international waters.
Guess who's coming out alive? This guy.
April 9th, Comet Austin, the brightest comet visible from Earth since 1975, makes its closest approach to the sun. Has anyone, you can, name a star after someone? Can you name a comet after somebody?
I wonder.
No, I don't think so.
Who gets to pick that?
Yeah, I think Nazca. What is with all those people, all these kids nowadays wearing NASA T-shirts? Have you noticed that?
I think they're cheap and available at Walmart. Every time I go to Walmart, they have
Target too,
Target's got NASA
But
shirts.
I think so.
Why is it a thing all of a sudden? Like NASA hasn't.
It's a little tip of the hat to nerd culture, I believe. Oh. It's saying, that NASA's got, and you know what's anyone that's got a cool logo.
Sure.
Like anyone that genuinely has a cool or classic logo, all that shit comes around. You're wearing a trucker hat looking thing right now.
Oh yeah.
There's a big white spot up there, a blank spot. A cool logo would go perfect on a hat like that.
That's why I bought 100 of them for 25 cents each.
Is that right? Yeah. Your husband collects, and he'll be on the show later. Kevin collects a lot of hats. Is that a problem?
It is a problem.
How so?
He also collects T-shirts, but people don't realize that as much.
I
He spends a
don't.
lot of money on hats and T-shirts.
It's stuff that he won't wear.
What?
That he won't wear. I mean, he'll wear it one time, but
yeah. I mean, he has a good solid 8 that he rotates, but that's about it.
And you mentioned jerseys too. He does collect jerseys.
Yeah.
jerseys.
I mean, the hats he wears, but I'm talking about the shirts that he doesn't wear.
I go to a lot of thrift sales and what have you, and I used to find, I still do, I find hats, and I would always send pictures to Kevin, and I think he was just trying to be polite, like, hey, that's a cool hat. But eventually I just stopped sending it to him. So you can thank me for that.
I do appreciate that because I don't think he was being nice. I think he really did like
Oh,
that.
really? Well, one time he met me at a sale and bought an entire cardboard box full for $10, and then walked out. He's like, "Hey, man, thanks a lot. I'll see you later."
I'm gonna trade these for a car.
Yeah, and $100. Oh my gosh. I know. I'm pretty sure Steph knows, but David, do you know? Actually, this doesn't even really apply. I was going to ask David why we chose to watch Wings.
Well, he should. There's still an answer.
Okay, do you know why?
Well, I have a feeling, since it's called Couch Pilots, and on top of that, which watching it, I realized that I finally realized where your theme song came from.
Yeah, that's a pretty good theme song, don't you think?
Yeah, so the criteria that we normally use, we didn't use. But the reason why we chose this one is our 200th episode, and we kind of took a lot of things from the show Wings.
Yes, the intro, the outro.
The outro, all the numbers.
The grading scale.
Grading scale are all characters.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah.
Yeah, we ripped, basically we ripped, all the money that we've made.
Sure.
And all the fame we've acquired, all the success has been because we've stolen things from Wings.
It's because of Bud Brodsky.
Oh, yeah, Brian Haley, friend of the show, absolutely. So you're probably asking yourself, where can you find the entire episode of Wings to watch for your dumb self? And you can do so by subscribing to Couch Pilots and SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes. Or go to CBS.com and close the door on your way out. See, I don't like that. I don't think we did that right. I can't think of something that rhymes with CBS.com.
Prepare for takeoff, please.
Steph?
Murder.
Go to CBS.com.
I have to mull that one over for a while.
All right. Well, what do you think? What do you got? You scratching your leg?
Huh?
You want to hit some more fan feedback real quick? We'll hit a couple of voicemails and we'll let these guests go.
Well, because I think they all enjoy these.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's go ahead and we've got listeners from around the world. We've already heard from Dee Dee by way of Bruce, and Lori Garcia from Sacramento, California, who loves to swear in front of my mother.
Right, and then we're going to play another one where we started to play, but then we realized who it was, and so we have to do it over again. So
this is from down south. This is a gentleman goes by the name of Tyler Abercrombie. He at one point, when we had our network still, and Dustin and Blake Shemansky, Beermansky, if you will, did the program Drunken Lullabies together. Tyler wrote some fan fiction about Blake Shemansky sodomizing me.
Right.
Why he wrote that fan fiction? It's beyond me.
But we've got some more fan fiction.
I'd pay to see that.
Yeah, me too.
Or read it.
I'd pay for it.
It's been a while, my friend. 200 episodes. I didn't think y'all would keep it going this long. Well, congratulations. And for this momentous occasion, I'm going to read off a little bit of my fan fiction. Hold on just a second. I'm going to get it here.
Hope I don't get raped in this one.
Was the dark of the moon on the 6th of June in a Kenworth pulling logs. Cab over Pete with the reefer on and a Jimmy hauling haul. Wait. These are the lyrics to Convoy. Well, kid. I can't seem to find my... No, anyways, I'll just give you a brief rundown. It's basically Jason gets sodomized again.
All right. There you
and DSJ is there to... what's the word? To comfort him afterwards, and DSJ's deep southern accent, he says, you know, like, don't worry, Jason, everything be fine. And, yeah, so I may have to get back with you on that one, but like I said, guys, I don't listen as much as I used to. Blake kind of called it, got a girlfriend for a while, and then they've been jerking me around at work, got put on night shift, then day shift, then night shift again, then back on day shift. I've been in several different areas, learning new things, so have to put the headphones away and pay attention, but we'll eventually try to catch back up, get back in the loop with you guys. Anyways, congratulations, and, you know, keep it going. I'm surprised it lasted this long.
Is that it there?
Yeah.
That guy's a fucking rock star.
He is awesome.
His voicemails are
legendary.
Legendary was exactly the word I was going to use. And he even at one time wrote a song for us.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised we don't use that as our theme song.
I have to go back and try to...
I would love to have that as my ringtone, perhaps.
Nice.
Tyler Abercrombie, a grade A superstar listener from down south. I hope he's doing well. So glad that he took the time to send that to us.
do you guys have time for one more?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we went from California...
Oh, we went from
Australia, California,
California,
to somewhere down south.
Yeah.
And we're going to go across the pond.
Oh, my gosh.
But actually kind of close to where we're at right now because we're in London.
Right.
Check this out.
Hello, Jason and Blake. It's Chris again here, just picking up from the last message.
Whoop, hold on a second, guys. I guess there was one before it.
Oh, mercy.
There was one before it.
Hold on, let's give you some music to...
Oh. You got it.
Hello, Blake and Jason. I'm loving the voicemail message. It's Chris here, your friend from the UK, long-time listener, first-time caller. And as promised, I'm putting in a call from the city of brotherly love to talk to my two podcasting heroes.
I just want to push pause. I don't want to interrupt this. He did call at 1 a.m. in the morning, just so you know.
He's a hero.
The perfect time.
He's a hero.
And, you know, it's a big moment for me, really, feeling a great sense of responsibility. I'm here on the same landmass as two colossi of the podcasting world. And, you know, there's so much I want to say to you guys, really. How do I fit it all into a single phone call? And so what I did was I turned to the interweb to supply me with some suggestions, really, as to what I should be saying to you. So I cast about a little bit and thought, well, you know, what do I want to ask? There's really so many questions to put to Jason and Blake, and I happened upon the last ever interview given by the British pop group Wham, George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley, to the British press. And, you know, the similarities between Wham and the Couch Pilots are pretty obvious for all to see, really. You know, there's the fact that you're both two good-looking young guys, and you know, I could go on, really. There's a great deal that connects you with the boys from Wham, and you know that I like to reflect on everything, really, in the British world when it comes to Couch Pilots. And what I wanted to do was to put to you some of the same questions from that interview with Wham, albeit with your name substituted to those of George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley. And I hope you'll indulge me as I run through. There are 8 questions here, and you know you can choose whether or not you want to answer them. But I'll fire them off to you, and you can see what you think. Okay, so question number 1, and this is for both of you really. Is it true that you had no confidence in your teens?
Should we pause these as they go or not?
Your sex lives have played a major role.
All right, what's the first one?
Is it true? Did you guys hear it? That we're what?
No confidence in your teens? Like teenage years?
Oh, yeah.
I don't have any confidence now.
Right. I definitely.
You're pretty confident.
I definitely didn't have any confidence. I'll say no. This next one is something about our sex lives?
I think so.
Question 2. Your sex lives have played a major role in Couch Pilot's press, what with all the stories about you being super studs.
I think that's you.
Question number
not
3.
me.
You say you've outgrown...
I don't know. You've talked about a little bit about your life.
I don't know about that. The captain being 100 strong, as it were.
100 strong.
I once watched an episode of The Simpsons, and Mr. Burns is a classic villain from the program. And he once had a medical checkup on the show, and it says, Mr. Burns, you have almost every disease known to man, but they're all working in tandem and in some cases against each other, and for some reason, this has kept you alive. I feel that perhaps sexually, you have encountered almost everything there is to encounter, including the STDs, and perhaps they are working in tandem to keep you alive.
I'm open, so. And I'm sure, to be honest with you, as many times as I've had sex with women I probably shouldn't have had sex with.
Sure.
Or unprotected sex. And how I'm not dead, I don't understand. I've never had to have a... You're just itching to...
Yeah.
I've never had to have a Q-tip shoved in my pee hole to do any testing or anything.
That's what happens with guys.
But here's the way I look at it. I don't need to go get tested because none of these girls have ever called me and said, hey, I got something.
What were you wanting to say, Steph?
I was wanting to say, have you ever had protected sex?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I put a bag over her head. No, yeah, I've had her a couple times. It's not as fun. But enough about me. Let's try to get this. I screwed it up. All right, so we were at sex, right? Mm-hmm.
Your sex lives have played a major role in Couch Pilot's press, what with all the stories about you being super studs.
Like you're a super stud.
You're a super stud.
Question number 3. You say you've outgrown the basic idea of Couch Pilots, which is about youth and enthusiasm, and yet you are still so young. More of an observation than a question, really, that one. Question 4. Your ex-manager has said that Blake will become the biggest star of the two of you. How do you react to that?
I think it's been clear from day one.
That you don't care?
That not only do I not care, but that you are the podcasting god. So if anyone is going to rise to any sort of fame here beyond the two of us, it'll be you.
I disagree.
Question 5. Do you ever wish you could sometimes pop back in time and be ordinary people again?
These are great.
I can't even go to the grocery store.
Yeah, I mean, we're here at Wembley Stadium in London, England, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's thousands of people. I don't want to go back. I want to live the cocky, arrogant, rock star lifestyle.
You people get it. You got it. You won the lottery.
But here's what I'm confused about. Is when I was a nobody, I got laid all the time.
Right.
But when I became a famous podcaster, I don't ever get sex anymore. My wife doesn't want to have sex with me so bad that she adopted a 110-pound dog to lay between the two of us. That's the biggest cock block I've ever had in my life. So, that's that.
But he doesn't want to go
Question
back.
6. Does success sometimes equal loneliness? When women throw themselves at your feet, are you suspicious about their motives?
Ooh.
Question 7.
Are you? I've never been suspicious about. I'm just amazed that a woman even wants to talk to me.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's a girl in front of me naked, I'm just like, you know what? This is probably the.
I didn't even mean naked. I just meant like if a girl period wants to talk to me, it's. If
a girl on her period wants to talk to you, they usually don't talk to me.
Hello, Jason and Blake. It's Chris again here. Just picking up from the last message, I was cut off in mid-flow. I've got to question number 7 in my 8 questions for you, adapted from the very last interview given by the British pop group Wham to the press. And number 7. In 10 years' time, who do you see yourself ending up like, Jason? Would it be A, Barry Manilow, B, Frank Sinatra, or C, Demis Roussos?
Who's the last one?
Demis Roussos.
I don't know who that is, so I'll say no. Old Blue Eyes was in the Rat Pack and died in the 90s. Rod Stewart is still alive.
But has his stomach pumped for cum.
Was that him or was that the other guy?
I thought it was Rod Stewart.
Rod Stewart. Who's the other guy I'm thinking of?
Who's that knocking on my door? It's gotta be a quarter to 4.
Was it David? Is that the rumor? Was it Rod Stewart who had his stomach pumped? He had semen.
Full of
It was full of cum.
He had so much
He was
semen inside
He was
of him.
in a riot.
You never heard this? This is
Never in my life.
Google it later. This is a real thing.
Yeah.
I didn't think. Who's the guy who looks like? There's another guy. It's Rod Stewart.
Barry
Barry Manilow.
No, it wasn't Barry Manilow.
He said Rod Stewart.
Yeah, he said Rod.
You're right.
No, he said Barry.
No, he said Barry Manilow.
That's what I'm saying. Those two are
okay.
very.
So you want to be Barry Manilow?
I want to be the guy who doesn't have cum in his stomach.
All right.
Right.
Good answer. Son of a bitch. This is a pain in the ass.
Hello, Jason and Blake. It's
Hold
Chris
on.
again.
What the fuck do you think you're doing?
It's hard to do it. It goes away.
You adapted from the very last interview given by the British pop group.
Sorry.
Years' time, who do you see yourself ending up like, Jason? Would it be A, Barry Manilow, B, Frank Sinatra, or C, Demis Roussos?
Or
And
Rod
last
Stewart.
question, number 8, and I'm aware that some of these questions might reopen some of the wounds that Matt so helpfully helped to repair
It's a dedicated
over the
listener.
last few months. But as I say, you can decide whether or not you want to answer these questions. Number 8, there have been many accusations, Blake, that Jason has been carrying you all this time. Do you feel bitter about this? Well, that's all of my questions.
Do I feel bitter that you've been carrying me with your talent on this show? No,
Right.
not at all. I'm like a cicada. I'm sucked onto this car. I'm going for a ride.
Yeah, like so many cicadas. You're on easy street, I would say.
Sure, this is the easiest thing I've ever. This is the easiest hobby I've ever had.
What else has it got for us?
Questions, and thank you very much for your time, and thank you for all the work you put into your fantastic podcast. It really is my favourite, and that's about all for the time being. So looking forward to hearing the next episode of Couch Pilots and talking to you again soon. Cheerio. Bye bye.
He likes Cheerios.
I've seen pictures of Chris Tuckling.
Sure.
He sent us pictures of him in the town of Clayton in the UK that he's visited. And I've seen what he has written to us via Twitter and Facebook and email. He is an educated man.
Sure.
And when you hear, that's the first time I've ever heard his voice in my life. He sounds like the typical intellectual British man with that accent.
Right.
He really does have a job where he gives lectures about medieval artifacts. This is an intelligent person listening to what I can only call a show that is not meant for an intelligent person.
Right. I'm surprised we haven't made him dumber. And people don't know this, but he found us maybe like 2 years into it, and he went all the way back and started and caught up to us.
He did listen to everything.
Super fan.
There's a couple people in there, Bruce via DE or the other way around, and Chris that we've never had voicemails from, and it really does mean a lot.
Super awesome.
And I'm very excited to receive those. Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much.
He picked the episode that I was on, did he not?
Huh?
Didn't we do
You're right.
the Tuckley 6 or
Just
something
Tuckley
like
10.
that?
We're doing the Tuckley.
We do 10 episodes a time,
Yeah.
and he picked 10 episodes from the UK, known as the Tuckley 10, and you're right, it was
I was-
rough
I was
magic.
on that one. Yeah,
And-
rough.
Yes. So we kind of have him to thank in a way
Sure.
for our best episode ever, and David, of course, and Steph for answering the phone when you knew it was going to be ridiculous.
A little bit.
What do you think, Blake?
I love having these guys around. Obviously, Steph knows that. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
He's obsessed with me.
I think that is probably the case. Well, I'm obsessed with saying thank you to both of you. Did you guys both see Wings, the pilot episode?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get a quick rating from each of you. Steph, would you like to go first?
No.
Okay, Dave, what is your rating for Wings?
Well, I'm going to break the rules a little bit.
All right.
I'm going to give it a solid lull.
You're going to give it a lull. So that's
my favorite character.
I believe that's a
in-
5.
It's about 5. Yeah.
But to me, that's a 10.
Oh, wow. I'd say that's...
I don't know what to write down.
Just write down...
There's so many numbers.
5/10.
It's 9.25. Let's just call it 9.25.
Okay, call it 9.25.
I like to break the rules, and you hate the decimals. So
We do hate the decimals, so we're glad you did that, Steph.
So I'm trying to put it in perspective because weirdly, I had never seen Wings before.
But you have heard of it, you're aware of it.
Well, yeah, especially from this show.
That's fair.
But the crap that I've seen through the episodes that I've watched with you guys was so terrible. So I'll give it a 6.
It's a strong rating.
And that's one of the things that I've found out over the years of doing the show is there's probably, if we went back and like redid a couple of them, I would probably give them different scores because I've seen such shit for 4 years that even if it's just a vanilla pilot, I'm like, I'm giving that a 6. You know what I mean? So
we've seen almost 200. I mean, there's been some cases where we've missed one, or maybe you hosted the show with someone else, where we haven't necessarily seen 200, but we have seen so many. It really has built a spectrum of what is possible.
Right.
And I think a 6 is a very fair rating. I think a 9.25 is an outstanding rating.
I'm just saying, solid 90s laugh track.
Mm-hmm. Oh, got a laugh track.
Tommy Wiseau style acting. It's perfect, man.
It's perfect. You know what? I think you guys are perfect guests. Thank you, both of you, so much for being on. Well, we're going to have a few more guests here in just a moment. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Steph, and thank you, David, so much.
Thank you, guys.
What a couple of great guests. I really do stand by. And it's funny, too, because not only was David on, he was the primary guest for the best episode we had. He was here just now with Steph, who was called on that episode, but our next two guests were also on that episode. It really was an all-star event.
it was.
Yeah.
And we don't normally have that many people in the cockpit.
No, that was a very special day for a number of reasons. But real quick, before we move on to our next guest, let me do the summary of the pilot.
Sure.
Now, this was a show, obviously, Wings, that ran for a number of years. So I have a summary of the series, and I have a summaries of the pilot.
Oh, okay.
Pilot episode, estranged brothers reunite at a small airport to try to find their recently deceased father's hidden fortune. Grade it.
That's probably an A. Yeah. I mean, it's detailed enough, doesn't drag along, but it's straight to the point, no faking.
Cooking MC's like 1 pound of bacon. Oh, thank you.
Running them, being quick and nimble. I go crazy when I hear a cymbal and a hi-hat with a souped-up tempo. I'm on a roll. It's time to go solo. Rolling in my 5.0 with my rag top down so my hair can't blow. Girlies on standby, waiting just to say hi. Did you stop? No, I just drove by. Kept on. Platoon to the next spot. I bust a left and I'm heading to the next block.
I continue to A1A.
My block was dead, so I continued to A1A. Detroit Avenue. Girls wear less than bikinis. Rockman lovers driving Lamborghinis. Jealous because I'm out getting mine. Shade with the gate and below with a 9. Ready for the jump on the wall. Chumps act ill because of full 8 ball. Like I said, I keep going, but
entire series pilot, or entire series summary.
Okay.
Brothers Brian and Joe Hackett attempt to run an airline on the New England island of Nantucket while surrounded by various wacky friends and employees.
That's good to me, too.
That's another A.
Yeah.
That's a boom. Grand slam.
Grand slam.
Let's bring them on. Let's now wait one moment.
Speaking of Grand Slam, let's knock it home with these two guests.
We got a long way to go. They've both been on the show a number of times.
They actually hosted. They flew the plane for one show for us. We were out of town.
They gave us a long needed vacation of 1 week while they hosted. That's right. Mm-hmm. Please cough, spit, and then announce who these guests are.
To my right, your left, we have. Wait, my right, your left. We have Kevin Clark.
Hey.
His wife was just on. Just want to talk a little bit about this real quick. Your wife says I'm obsessed with her.
Did she say that she's pregnant again?
No.
Okay, good. Because if she did, then I would be out of the loop. And
well, she was drinking a beer. She was drinking a Natty Light, so
I don't know.
One's not going to kill a baby, right?
And to my left, your right, is the man which when he comes on the show, he's been on more than anyone else.
I think so.
I believe.
At this point, I think so.
Just recently, a couple months ago, he saved our marriage. Mm-hmm. And when he's here, I try to behave myself because I have so much respect for him. The rest of these fuckers out here, I don't give a fuck about.
Should I pound on the wall?
No, not at all.
I don't care. I have no respect for any of them.
Yeah.
But when this guy is on, I have respect for him. And also, let's welcome to the show, Fuck the Lakers, Matt.
It's great to be here.
Is that his nickname now?
Hashtag FTL.
I thought you were going down the path. I think last time, Blake, you referred to me as the Grand Canyon, and we, which could go any number of ways.
Well, no, I said I wouldn't go to the Grand Canyon. I would go to the Grand Canyon, but I wouldn't go to the part where you have to stand on the clear platform.
That's I'm the clear platform that you would stand on.
Yeah. I would never stand on you.
Right.
Well, right before we came out here tonight, I was talking to Matt about class superlatives. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
What does superlative mean?
It means the most of something.
Mm-hmm. Kevin, were you? Did you earn a class superlative?
Yeah, we were just talking about that out there.
Were you really? How did that come up? And
well,
what was
that
it?
was something different. I won Mr. CLS, which is a mangent.
Oh,
so let's go with even better than high school class.
Yeah, but my superlative was most outgoing.
You had a man pageant that you were in?
I was swimwear, formal wear, workwear. Yeah.
Tell them the Speedo part.
Yeah, so I walked out there with a Speedo.
When was this? For what?
2008. It was they gathered together the most popular seniors. Okay, most of them hot guys and me. And I go. Thank you. I go out there with my doughy body and a Speedo.
You were very streamlined, but I've seen pictures where you were no offense, but you were virtually unrecognizable. You were so hairless and just a rail.
Yes,
and you've let yourself go.
I changed also. Even if I did lose weight, I guarantee I would look nothing like I did.
I believe that.
Like everybody says, every picture of me in high school, even when I was in high school, I would change up my hair so frequently. My facial, I would always be.
Are you in witness protection?
I am, correct. So I won.
This is for the school, though.
This is for the school. Senior year, I go out there wearing a Speedo. It was at rehearsals. The dean is the one who was like running the Mr. CLS pageant.
A gay guy.
And he said, please come over to me, closer. No, he said, you can't, you definitely cannot wear that. I can see your coins. Hey, what are you, smuggling a couple grapes? I think those were his exact words. Very Chicago guy.
Yeah.
And so I took some old jean shorts and I cut them very short so that my coins could have virtually
jorts,
spilled
right?
out. Yeah, some jorts, some old jorts, cut them off real high and drew abs onto my gut.
That's funny. What is it called when a guy wears Daisy Duke? Is that a Duke boy or what is that?
That's called the Hoff, I think.
The Hoff?
Yeah.
Okay, Hoffing out.
So was he a big, or would you call that a Bruce Jenner?
Oh,
all right,
who's that?
R.I.P.
Yeah, I was gonna say who's that? That's a dead
R.I.P.
name as far as I'm concerned.
Man, I'm sorry.
We're okay. We're still in the air, aren't we?
Matt, actually,
we're in the pocket.
Yeah. He came to our school in junior year because him and I went to high school together. So you were only there half the time as anyone else, but you still earned a class superlative.
How about that?
No way.
How about that?
It wasn't. Yeah.
Most level-headed.
Oh God. Was that a thing?
Most logical?
Most hatred.
Most moral standards.
Most Grand Canyon.
No, they walk in. I was actually having. It's funny because the only reason I remember this, as far as when they awarded it to me, was because I was having to take the one course. I went to 3 high schools before it's all said and done. 2 in Indianapolis, 1 in East Peoria.
Okay.
And they walk into this like computer literacy. No, it's a typing course.
Yeah.
That we didn't have to take in Indianapolis, but I had to take it to graduate.
And these were like black screens, green.
Oh, it was brutal. It was brutal.
It wasn't DOS, but it looked like DOS.
Command prompt.
It was like old sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they walk in and they hand me this like little slip of paper, and it just says, "You've been awarded best dressed at East Peoria."
Oh wow!
And you know what's funny is that like I no idea it was coming.
Yeah,
no idea.
That's wild. What was your thing? What was your
here's
bit?
the thing.
Jordache jeans?
No,
is
no.
that back then?
No, I promise you.
What, high-waisted pants, or is that too
No.
soon?
This is the God's honest truth. Like I didn't change at all what I was wearing when I came from Indianapolis to East Peoria.
Okay.
So and in Indianapolis, it wouldn't have been anything. Nothing.
Yeah.
Like nothing.
Well, when you and I were in high school, I would say the epitome of fashion. If you were a preppy kid, if you had money, you would go find yourself at the Northwoods Mall, upper level, near the escalator, and you'd waltz right in to Abercrombie and Fitch. And I don't know if that's necessarily what you wore all the time, Matt, but we would go bowling often, and we all had bowling names that we would put into the system. And Matt was known as Matt Abercrombie.
Oh,
I will say this though, I didn't really have a
Yeah.
lot of wardrobe. Can I tell my Tommy Hilfiger jeans when I was growing up?
Correct.
Those were the things. and I'm wearing a boot right now today. I know we can't see it's radio, right? But I got racked up playing basketball 2 weeks ago. Now I get it. I'm 5'8", but I've played for a long time. Can hold my own.
He can ball.
I've been on some Gus Macker teams with him.
Can ball. So
slobber knockers.
I grew up in this neighborhood. I don't think I've told this story.
Speedway?
On that. In Speedway. Grew up in Speedway.
Yeah, you've told
and we had we grew up in a trailer court, and there were some woods that separated us from a pretty nice neighborhood. This kid comes over, and he's wearing these pair of Tommy Hilfiger
from the
jeans.
nice neighborhood.
From the nice neighborhood. He comes over from Tommy Hilfiger, and I've never gambled nor bet for anything in my life. I'm like 14, 15, and he comes over. And I don't know how we got on the subject.
But his pants came off.
How about this? He goes, he wants to play. And someone must have said something to the effect, I'm 14, I don't know what it means, but he goes, do you want to make it interesting? And I said, well, I'll play you for those. I'll play you for that pair of jeans. Right
Oh, my
there.
God.
I promise you. So here's the thing. Here's what we do. We play. I beat him. And he leaves.
It's a one-on-one situation.
It's one-on-one. It's a one-on-one situation. I don't remember what we played to. Probably 15 win by 2. I beat him.
What? He just say 2 prong?
Probably 15 win by 2.
I thought you said 2 frogs to 15.
I won by 2 frogs.
That's like when you were talking about the guy that come thing before. Couldn't understand a word.
He leaves. He leaves, and he
pantsless.
No, he leaves with the pants on, and I'm just there. I'm gonna shoot around like I was already.
Yeah.
I have no expectations of him coming back. He comes back, pants in hand. Gives me his
different pair of
He's
pants.
he's wearing a different pair.
It was the same that he was wearing.
Yes, but he hands me.
Are those
the Tommy Hilfiger jeans?
Those are the jeans that are in the frame in your basement, right? Those are the ones.
But here's the thing.
Those are your framed jeans.
Those are the only framed jeans I own. Yeah.
Here's my question: is
they got a shit stain on
before
them.
before you said, "Hey, I'll play for those jeans." I mean, did you try to find out what size they were? Because to me,
we were pretty comparable in size. All I knew is that those were a currency, man. Tommy Hilfiger jeans.
Yeah, and you were gonna grow anyways,
Heck
right?
yeah.
You were,
Heck yeah.
I purchased my pants
I
knowing that I'm going to grow.
No, but I literally beat the pants off him.
Yeah.
Whoa. Very good. Very good, everyone. I got a couple things to say about this situation.
You're not gonna find those kind of jokes on Low Blow podcast, are you?
Say it louder. Say it louder.
First of all, boy oh boy, was that kid good to his word. First of all,
honestly,
he didn't have to do it. I mean,
I had no expectation.
Talk
about a man of his word. Yeah.
And second of all, what was I gonna say? Shit. I don't know.
Sorry. It'll come to you.
That's all right.
You were gonna say fuck the Lakers.
No, I don't think I would ever say something like that. But yeah, it is interesting that he was your same size.
Yeah, he had to be close because I could wear them. I wore them for years. Yeah.
Now, did your mom ever say where did you get these from, or did
I don't
she just
remember
not
that.
notice?
No, I don't remember that. But my mom, she wasn't too uptight. She would have probably been all right with it. But
Sure.
Yeah.
I remember what I was gonna say. I've known Matt for a long time. Mm-hmm. I've never heard that story.
Really?
Yeah,
that's a good story. Yeah, that is a good.
It's a great story to play here at Wembley Stadium in London, England, for CouchCon 2019. Some people have left.
I was gonna say it's the
crowd really thinned out.
Yeah. Well, we got the free corn dogs in the lobby. So
I wasn't able to get your shirt order. I apologize.
That's fine.
Just
That's
in
fine.
the tightness, but
That's fine.
We'll get it.
It's fine.
We'll get them out to people. No problem.
We'll get them out. It doesn't have to be an exclusive CouchCon thing. We'll launch the merch at some point, right?
You know what else we'll launch? Is interesting facts. Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wembley Stadium's version of Interesting Facts. It's hard times, folks. There are thousands of people in this stadium right now, and you can hear 7 of them on that. But we have one rule and one rule only. It used to be called the Conrad rule.
He's since passed away.
He had a horrible tattoo artist accident. But there's one rule and one rule only for interesting facts. Guys and girls, just don't do it, mates.
Just don't do it. That's all we need to say about that. Actually, I've got a lot of interesting facts here. I know that you do too. I'm just going to hand this over to you, Blake, and then you can rattle off yours, and then I'll pick up.
No, I was going to let you go through yours, and I was just going to mark it off if I've got it already.
Fair enough. The pilot episode of Wings aired April 19th, 1990 on NBC. Fact.
Okay.
Wings ran for 8 seasons and 172 episodes. Fact.
I mean, it happened.
Yeah.
So it's a fact.
I mean,
Can't dispute
challenge
that.
that. Yeah.
I mean, you can't play it for its pants.
I would if I could.
If a television program could have pants,
Can you dribble between your legs?
Me?
Yeah.
Sometimes. Not with those pants on. They were kind of baggy.
Are you like a point guard or like a shooting forward? What would you?
No, I'm not a forward. I'm a point guard, shooting guard, kind of like a Nash type. Yeah,
Okay.
like
I'm
a
a Nash
poor
type.
man's Nash.
A poor man.
Poor
Nash
man's
type.
Nash.
that kid played you in his Tommies.
Oh yeah, he must have because he would have had him on. Yeah.
There's a girl here. There's a real girl that like knows Adam Z.
A real girl.
And, like went somewhere with Adam Z.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah.
5 characters from Cheers: Norm, Cliff, Frasier, Lilith, and Rebecca made appearances on the show Wings.
Yes.
No characters from Wings ever crossed over to any Cheers episodes, though Thomas Hayden Church played an unrelated character on a Cheers episode prior to being cast on Wings.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Keep it up.
That's Lowell Mather, Thomas Hayden Church, correct?
That is correct. Very good. David Engel,
Clarification.
who was a writer and creator of the series, died on 9/11 when his plane was hijacked and flown into the World Trade Center.
Holy
Rebecca
shit.
Shull, who played Faye Cochran, starred in United 93, a
kidding
film
me.
which tells the story of the hijacking and attempt by the passengers and crew of the flight to retake the plane on 9/11.
Holy shit.
Faye, the show Wings had wrapped before 9/11 happened,
Right.
and Faye, you call her Faye Yetton, her name is Faye Cochran, and she was actually on Wings, and then she was in this film about an event that took the life of the creator of the show that made her famous.
Oh, wow.
So we're still in interesting facts, correct?
Absolutely.
That is indeed a fact.
My
Very-
God, you did it. My heart skipped.
Man.
Oppie.
That
You
was-
did it.
You did. That was good.
I was trying to.
The show's theme music is a shortened version of the rondo from Piano Sonata in A major by Franz Schubert. Fact.
Didn't know that. But now I do because it's a fact.
The character Casey, her ex-husband Stuart, appeared in one episode, who was played by the actor John Ritter, who would later marry the character Casey in real life, whose name is Amy Yazbek.
And he
Fact.
would later die, correct?
As we all do, that is correct. He died.
Yeah, John
actually,
Ritter be dead.
Yeah, actually, John Ritter died while filming a sitcom called like 7 Simple Rules
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Date
yeah,
My
yep,
Daughter.
yep.
During the filming, he had a heart attack.
Yeah,
and died on
yeah.
set.
I remember listening to that on the radio on my way to band at Lundall Middle School in 7th grade.
Wow.
I remember the day because it was the first time that I registered a celebrity death because I knew who he was.
Was it
Like,
like,
I
was it
didn't
like
really-
a Brandon Lee kind of incident here? Or?
No, it was a heart attack, I believe.
Was it?
It was- well, a heart attack or
Brandon
heart
Lee,
related.
jeez.
It wasn't that. That was a bad
Well,
one. You
that
shooting
was-
the
yeah.
crow or
Yeah,
the
the
rape?
crow, yeah.
Yeah, the crow. Yeah.
That was something.
He
that was
died
something else.
from a
It was-
shot.
it was a-
somebody shot him.
He
It
was
was
shot.
a
with
set.
a fake bullet.
It was a set malfunction where
It was a fake bullet, but for some reason there was a
The casing or
the
something.
casing came
casing
out.
shot out and shot him.
Yeah, killed him
Rest
right there
in
on
peace.
set.
I just looked that up. Yeah, he's what's his name? Son, Bruce Lee's son.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
right.
Fact.
Hey, you know what? Throw it in there.
Yeah. Get it in there.
You're welcome.
The club car, which was often featured on the show, is a real restaurant on Nantucket. There is a Tom Nevers Field where the show took place on Nantucket, but it's a sports complex, not an airport. The airport on Nantucket is called Nantucket Memorial Airport.
Now,
Fact.
was the Nevers Field? Did you get into this and find out that it was named that because of the show, and they made the sports complex after the show?
I would fancy a guess that it's not, but I cannot attest to it. I would
I
assume
would fancy
that
to guess it is
because
because
you think they made up the name, and then in honor of the show, they named the sports complex. You might be right.
that would make sense, right?
You might be right.
I may be crazy.
One of the producers, Roz Doyle, passed away from breast cancer in 1991. In homage, Roz Doyle became the name of Frasier's radio producer in the hit series,
Roz.
which takes place in the same universe as Cheers and Wings,
Correct.
and has the same core creators.
Yep.
Fact.
You said she passed away and then in homage, and I thought that was in the same sentence.
Passed away.
She
in homage?
passed away in homage to all those that
She
passed
decided
away.
He's
Before
horrible
her.
with punctuation. When he talks, he's horrible with punctuation.
Yeah, I mean, it is a classic trope.
Couch
on that
Pilot's
show.
blunder, right? Wings only ever received a grand total of 3 Emmy nominations. One for Outstanding Makeup in 96, and the others in 92 for guest stars Kelsey Grammer playing Frasier Crane, and Tyne Daly, which is Tim Daly's sister, for her one episode appearance as Mimsy Borogroves.
That's a name.
Fact.
I'm running out of
The makeup one. Interesting. 96. What season would that be? 5?
Probably so. 5 or 6. Yeah.
5 or 6. Yeah.
I'm
I'm gonna look into that.
Great makeup that season.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Oh,
it stood out.
Supreme makeup.
They made Faye Yeton look like a real fox, huh?
Ooh, hey, know. The character of Lowell was written for Thomas Hayden Church.
I actually read that.
All of Faye, Evelyn, Schlaub, Dumley, DeVay, Cochran's ex-husbands are named George.
Good mercy.
Wow, didn't know that one.
That's like George Foreman's kids.
Absolutely.
Talk about having a type.
Fisher Stevens, Hank Azaria, George Clooney, David Duchovny, and Greg German all auditioned for the role of Brian Hackett. Can you imagine George Clooney?
I don't think it would have been as good.
Was that mullet days, George Clooney? It has to be.
Fresh off his
90s
role,
mullet
probably.
days. 91? Yeah, 90? Yeah.
Probably fresh off his role as Booker from Roseanne. Look that up, kids. The Sandpiper plane that is featured in the series' opening and closing credits, the N121PP, is still up and running and a part of Cape Air's fleet. The airline's slogan? We're your wings. Fact.
I mean, you can't dispute it. I mean,
how could I challenge that?
Yeah.
Who among us can defy these facts?
Who's the fungus among us?
How about not a one?
That's exactly right.
Oh, are you Chinese?
Not a one?
Not a one.
Do you play joke? You go pee-pee in my
Coke?
Me go pee-pee in your Coke.
Perry Gilpin, Lisa Darr, Julianne Moore, Gina Gershon, Marcia Cross, Marcia Gay Harden, Rita Wilson, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and Megan Mullally all auditioned for the role of Helen. Gilpin was the producer's favorite, but NBC didn't like her for the role. Fact.
Perry Gilpin?
That's exactly right.
Yeah, she was the
P-E-R-I.
She was on Cheers.
She's got to have daughter, right?
Don't call me daughter.
I wonder, Megan Mullally, she might have been, would she have been a high ticket item at that point?
Absolutely not.
No,
she didn't make a name for herself until that gay show. What's that called?
Girls.
No.
Will and Grace.
Will and Grace. Yep.
Will and
now you're talking Japanese.
How about that?
now me play joke, Jack.
Sean Hayes, the Harvard of the Midwest, Illinois State University.
Slam dunk.
Hey, if you can't go to school, go to state.
Bryan Cranston, Daniel Stern, Nick Cassavetes, and Boyd Gaines all auditioned for the role of Joe Hackett.
Now, I'm all about Daniel Stern.
He's the best, right?
Ugh. When he's getting electrocuted in Home Alone.
Yeah. and you could see his bones for a second.
It's the best.
He's the
physical comedy.
the tall, gruffy guy.
Yeah, like he's a fucking cartoon or something.
he's a nutcase now.
Is
he seems to be an odd guy.
Yeah,
I think he had a role as that girl from Love. Her name was Mickey.
Yeah.
But the main girl from Love,
Gillian Jacobs.
Thank you. She played her father in 1 or 2 episodes of Love. But by all
accounts, he did. Yeah, and when he was picked, he went to the airport.
Yeah.
And just met her at some dumbass bar, like right outside there. Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah.
Yep, that's him.
Yeah, he's a nutcase though.
And the final one I have, and Blake, please feel free to pick up before I close interesting facts. Wings was named Cheers 2 by all of the critics. So if you're a critic and you had anything to say about Wings, you called it Cheers 2, apparently. Fact. What else you got, brother?
I've just got a couple that I'm going to go over. First of all, interesting fact, Gilbert Godfrey was in 3 episodes of Wings.
I saw those.
'Twas the Heist Before Christmas, which is ironic because he's Jewish. A House to Die For.
What does that mean?
A House to Die For.
Maybe the heist part? I don't know what he's talking about.
The Christmas part.
The Christmas part?
Yeah.
You mean like Hanukkah?
But
Chanukah.
Chanukah?
Chiwamakaba? And
Chumbawamba-Wanaka?
Say Uncle Car I Turn.
Yeah.
And so here's a couple. I just have a couple because I could cross out 3, 4, 7.
Okay, remind me of the Gilbert Gottfried one. Before you're done. Just right before you're done.
All right. In 2014 interview with the AV Club, Daly admitted that Like a lot of people, I hadn't really appreciated Wings until sort of recently. Though he says that he had a great time filming the show and worked with amazingly talented people, he was frustrated by the fact that it didn't get very good reviews and it wasn't like hip, quote unquote. It wasn't Seinfeld, it wasn't Friends. It didn't really have a reputation as a hot, quote unquote, show.
Yep.
And it kind of made me feel a little bad. I was like, hey, come on, nobody likes this show? Well, in retrospect, being many years...
He's doing the thing like Big E does, where he just copies the whole Wikipedia article and reads the whole thing instead of picks.
Yeah.
Well, in retrospect, being many years removed from it, I look back on it, and the show was really fucking great. That's in there.
I appreciate
really fucking
you
great.
quoting in that action.
No liberties.
It's hilarious, and we were very good. We were really funny. I don't know why we didn't get the credit that we deserved at the time, but it's odd. Now people think it's a classic TV show.
Yeah.
Critics may not,
People.
but the citizens or whoever seem to think it was one of the all-time greats. At the time, nobody cares about it as much.
Can I pause interesting facts and comment on that real
Sure.
quick? Okay. There are shows that you just kind of, after a while, you're like, oh, that show's still around?
Sure.
That show's been on a while. That's Wings.
Right.
Seinfeld was the anti-comedy. Friends was the favorite. Everyone loved Friends. Everyone, this is the best show ever. It's the greatest. Wings is one of those programs that was just had a consistent quality among it, and people liked the interesting and different scenario that it was in, of being a part of an airport. And it lasted for 8 years because it was a solid program.
Sure.
There's a lot of things that fly under the radar that you don't like. Oh my God, is that in season 5 or 6 already?
Right.
And you don't even think about it. It may not be a big critic winner or a big booster in the ratings, but it's a solid performer week after week. And I think that's what Wings was.
Yep. I have one more, if you don't mind.
Please.
This is in regards to the Helen Chapel character. What's the lady's name? Tartikoff?
Tartanass?
David Tartikoff was the president of NBC at one point, but
Okay, yeah.
Helen Chapel
so
was
David Tartikoff. We're talking about David Tartikoff. Okay.
Okay.
He left it up to the producers to explain Helen's accent. Now, the reason why I bring this one up is because it does tie into the pilot episode.
They explain it in the pilot.
Right. So,
She lost weight?
no, her accent.
Yeah, she lost her accent.
Because she
The
lost
fatter I am, the more hillbilly I sound. No,
that's what I figured.
Though she plays a native islander, which is incorrect, Helen Chapel was a pretty...
Island of Nantucket.
Correct.
Right, but that's incorrect.
Oh.
She was not a native.
She was not from there.
No.
Continue.
Okay. Though she plays
Not
a
fact.
native islander, Helen Chapel has a pretty thick southern accent for a New Englander. The president of NBC pitched Crystal and left it up to us to figure out the accent bit. David Lee recalled. Can't remember what lame...
Excuse?
Yeah. We came up with to explain the accent, but after convincing no one, it was soon forgotten. I remember she came in to meet with Pete, Dave, and I the morning after she had almost been killed by a CO2 leak in her dressing room trailer on a movie she was shooting. Now
With
that's
Brandon Lee.
Trooper. So and
Fact.
and so the only reason I bring this one up
They explained it, yeah.
is because it is explained in
It's
like
one
the first,
throwaway line.
the first 15 minutes of the pilot.
That sometimes a movie just needs, or a show needs to put in just one throwaway line to explain something, and so it can go into the
And
minds of
then-
the listener and the viewer, and then they can just move on.
It's canon.
and then
That's
it's
right.
canon.
Sure, we have a lot of canon stuff on
So
this show.
you brought up Gilbert Gottfried being on the show. His cameo is $150, so I said, fuck that. I'm not going to buy you a cameo from Gilbert Gottfried. I apologize. But I think I have something that's comparable. I have a couple things for you.
You're talking about being able to purchase
The
comments
episode?
from celebrities, is that right?
Correct. I bought 3 cameo videos.
I bought
for
one.
you.
No, you didn't.
Three cameos?
Yeah.
Word up.
My wife bought me one.
No,
for Father's Day.
For today, for right now.
Oh. Okay.
I bought you 3 cameo videos.
Are you shitting me?
I'm not shitting you. The first one is from Tyler Abercrombie. Okay? So I'm just going to show it to Blake. I hope you are not offended, but
No, that's fine.
This is the first cameo video I have.
100 episodes, guys. Hope it all goes well. And Blake, you've done a hell of a job with this podcast. It's got its own little world, inside jokes. Hell, all your podcasts have. It really brings the listeners in a whole lot more. You know, like the old days with IBWIP, sending around Cocker and all that. Anyways, y'all have fun, get a little tight, but don't invite Beer Mansky over. I don't think Jason's butthole could handle it.
Oh,
That's awesome.
So that's the first cameo that I bought. The second cameo I bought actually comes to us from across the pond. This is Chris Tuckley.
Hey.
Good evening, Jason and Blake. It's your old buddy Chris here, calling from the UK. I'm just kicking back, enjoying a bit of Me-Box on the TV.
Me-Box.
Anyway,
Show sucked.
200 episodes. What a milestone. They really broke the mold with you guys. Jason, I genuinely think you are one of the funniest men in
Cheers.
America,
Cheers.
if not the world. Blake, you're like a message from another world, and the two of you together, what a combination. Anyway, congratulations. Catch Pilots is a real fantastic piece of work, and I thank you for your vision and commitment over the years, and for keeping me smiling and laughing on my commute to and from work. Anyway, have a great time at the recording, and I'm looking forward to all the work that you guys are going to produce in the years to come. Good luck, guys. See you later.
That is great.
The truest sentence in that whole thing is Jason, you are one of the funniest people. Like, there
Amen.
it is.
I agree.
Amen.
And a lot of times you kind of shake it off, but anybody that knows Jason knows that he's wasting his talent working at Caterpillar. He could be doing something so much more creative. But.
All right, the last one is the least emotional. It comes from somebody, and he was the cheapest. He was the cheapest cameo I could find. It's our friend Hoover Boss. He can't be here today, so I reached out to most people to say, hey, you know what? If you can't be here, I want to at least give you an option to have your voice heard. So this is our friend Hoover Boss. This is Derek, also known as Ace, the instructor.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we had him on once. Ace.
Yeah. Having a heater.
Hello, captains. Congratulations on 200 episodes of Couch Pilots. That's awesome. I really wish I was there to join in the celebrations, but unfortunately me and baby Henry are being dragged to a dumb wedding. That at least has an open bar, so I got that going for me. But no, congratulations. That's awesome. 200 episodes. I have enjoyed the show thoroughly. Hope to be on some more in the future. I certainly appreciate you getting me involved in podcasting because I've really enjoyed it. Not nearly as much as Dustin Wycroft. I did manage to make a cocktail, and I'm enjoying it in honor of you. So, again, congratulations.
And everybody else didn't get back to me.
No, those are awesome. Thank you. That was awesome.
That was
well
great.
done. That's awesome.
Interesting facts over. Kevin, I knew that you had told me, I think, at a trivia
I told you a
recently
couple weeks ago,
that you were trying to get some people and
I
no
was
one
really
responded.
trying,
But you got some great ones.
Yeah.
Those are awesome.
Yeah. I did. Oh, did you need to mute that? Sorry.
Tyler and
Tyler and Chris are some good gets.
Yeah. There's some good gets. They're not in vicinity of where we are.
Exactly, yeah.
Derek was, and unfortunately he couldn't make it today.
Yeah.
He was definitely invited. And honestly, we would have Tyler or Chris here
Sure.
any
Oh my
day.
gosh.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Derek did text me and was like, I'm really bummed I can't go.
Yeah.
And so I was like, hey, you know what? Why don't you send me? I'm kind of putting together this thing.
That's awesome.
Which
you
I
did
thought
that.
would be longer than it was.
But thank you very much.
That
was super awesome.
Yeah,
I-
all of those were fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. No
problem. It's cool.
Hey, and if
got
I
to
wasn't,
hear you.
I was say I wasn't
I'm not gonna
mistaken.
fucking lie to you people.
You're weeping like a woman over there.
I know. I was going to try to film the reaction, but I didn't have my laptop.
Everybody knows I'm an emotional guy. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, but we come every other Monday and we record these shows, and we know that maybe 30 people listen to an episode, but
Five or six of those 30 are
right, but
diehards.
You know,
Yeah.
You like that?
there's people that enjoy this show, and
you got Blake weeping like a woman.
it is pretty cool.
I thought it was.
Those
a
were
cool
awesome.
idea.
That was really
awesome.
I reached out to a couple more. I might hear back from them soon, but the way that Facebook Messenger works, it will not notify them if I'm not friends with them. So that's kind of how the cookie crumbles on that one. But I was glad that Tyler and Chris both got
well done.
I had a really good dialogue with both of them too. They're both great dudes.
Yeah, they really are.
Thank you guys for sending those two. And Kevin, thanks for that.
And what a great way to say thank you both for being part of the show from its inception and today. Yeah. So we appreciate you being guests and coming on.
Totally.
And we got a lot more show ahead of us.
Definitely.
Right?
Yeah, we got show till the cows come home.
Well, if I can just say it's an honor, guys. And proud of you guys. 200, that's awesome.
Yeah, you both are big parts of the show.
Thank you.
And when I say big parts,
yeah, cheers,
I mean your penises.
Oh. Let it be noted that you both have big penises.
Maybe Matt.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.